We are tackling the most sensitive topic of infidelity. And I must say, we are one of the few shows that are brave enough to actually put through the question on our television platforms. It's a topic that we shy away from, but it's the reality of many, many people. Many relationships go through infidelity at some point of their lives. And my discussion with Dr. Mandu is the right tool for you to learn how to deal with infidelity. Can you rebuild, or for you, it marks the end? Well, Dr. Mandu is here tonight, and we are speaking on part 2 of this very sensitive topic. Is it wrong for a woman to say, or for a man to say, some people are saying, I'm willing to forgive a partner who is unfaithful, and then some are saying, for me, that's it. That's it. It's an unpardonable transgression for me. In other words, I suppose what I'm asking is it so imprinted in our psyche that, we must really just keep hoteleling until there's just no more Mandu left?
So, Osintabi, that depends on an individual. When it comes to perseverance, it's an individual thing. There are those who have a blueprint to say that, you know what, if this thing happened, I'm getting out. Or if this thing happened, I'll stay. I still remember I said to my husband one day, still new in the marriage, I said, you know what, I don't know what you're doing outside, but I don't think there's going to be a child who is going to be younger than what we have in the house.
Yes.
That was one thing that I've put on the table. You understand? So, but for someone who said, no, it's fine, even if you can have kids outside, you bring them.
For me, that's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker. You bring them, we will raise them. So we are different. I've seen situations where people will raise the children from other women who the guy had children with. You know, those children, he goes outside, bring them. So we do differ. I can't say there's a blueprint to say, yay, when I eat, get out.
It's individual.
It's an individual decision. But what I'm trying to say is that if you decide whatever you decide on, you should be able to say, okay, if I am going to stay in this marriage and I forgive him, make sure that at the end of the day, you take care of your mental health.
And many of us don't.
You don't. So, which means you are going to go an extra mile to ensure that you work on yourself, so that you become a better woman, a better wife to him, even if he has offended you, or you become a better parent to your children. So you have a lot to work on. And the one who says, I'm getting out, he or she knows their threshold. I can't go beyond this.
Yeah.
Maybe they have looked at their emotional strength, spiritual strength, that, you know what, I am not going to tolerate this and I'm getting out. And apart from that, remember, we have the body, mind, and the spirit. There are those whose life or their behavior is kind of directed or guided by certain framework.
Yes.
Like the Christians who say, I have the Bible. So if something like this has happened, what is the Bible saying? Or the Bible says, if there is this kind of transgression, even God says you have to divorce, but stay. So stay alone. Isn't it that's what the Bible says? So which means I will divorce and stay because I'm guided by the Bible. That's their own way of dealing with the situation. But someone will say, but this thing has happened to me. Remember, even your previous experiences will guide you in terms of how do I handle this. Someone will say, but this is the first offense. What's the big deal? Let me just stay. But the other one will say, he has done this many a time.
Yeah.
There are so many kids out there. There are so many issues. Then this man is a bigot. Let me just leave him. So it depends on an individual. But I am saying that whatever decision that you have made, make sure that you have assistant to deal with whatever you decide to go with, you know. Yeah.
Let's speak about the possibility of rebuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible to come back stronger from an incident of infidelity? And I'd like you to address that from a singular incident where someone is saying, you know, it happened once, as well as from a multiple occurrence, you know, phase where people say, he's cheated and cheated and cheated and cheated. But one day, or she has cheated and cheated and cheated and cheated. But one day it's like they woke up and said, I've grown up now. This is no longer for me. I want to focus on my husband. I want to focus on my wife.
If you have cheated, and then you come back, and then you say, I'm a newborn being, you're going to work. You're going to work. And you have to prove to us that you are new. And it's not going to be easy for you. But if you are determined to work very hard in that area to build this trust that you have just played and destroyed, it can work. But I'm saying it's going to take time. From your side and even from the side of your partner. Because now you need to work together as a team. If you are saying you are remorseful, we have to see it, not from your mouth. Remember, we are also observing. You understand? It will take from a lot. From you coming home, the times, everything, the phone, everything. But if indeed gradually, and you must be patient with the process. If you say, I'm coming back, and then this is the behavior that I'm going to portray now as a new being, you're not going to put a time frame for the whole thing to work.
Yeah.
You have to understand that nature will take its course. Gradually, you are going to bring something to this woman, say, and he's doing this. In the
triggers,
past,
you're going to...
In the past, he used to do this, but now he's doing this. Oh, wow, okay, it's fine, it's working. And then gradually, after some years, you can even sit down and laugh about it. Say, you used to be like this, but now you are fine. The very same with the individual.
That's one...
where it happens once, you know. But, you know, if it happens once as well, it might be a challenge. You are still going to work hard like that other one who had multiple incidences. But I think it's a little bit better than this one because I forgave you, then I don't know how to forgive you
anymore. Yeah.
So, but the issue is, if you start over, take your partner and say, look, I've realized that there's something wrong with me. Work with it. What is it? If you say, I've realized that there's something wrong with me, what is it? Tell me.
Yeah.
What is it? How are you going to address it? I realized that I had issues with anger, painful childhood experience. Okay, then how are you going to work on it? No, I'll see. Immediately you say, I'll see, then we can see that there's not going to be much. But if you say, can you help me? Perhaps we go for therapy. Can we go and see the pastor or whoever who's going to help us with counseling so that I work on it and clean the house? You need to clean the house and then we start afresh. The issue is, how are we going to clean the house? But the house must be cleaned. The house, whom do I refer to? To you first.
Yes.
Before you can say you can clean this other house. Clean yourself and then we will see. You don't even have to worry. If this house is clean, then we are going to follow.
Let's talk about an important thing you brought. And I'm picking it up now.
Okay.
You know, can it somehow be that as women, I hear this a lot from women, that women tend to allow themselves to, you know, take the blame, sort of. And you hear statements like, I wonder what is wrong with me. Why can I not satisfy this man? I've done everything that I can, but he's just not satisfied. Do we in a way allow ourselves to be, I don't even know if I should say scapegoat, or to take accountability for the conduct of our partners.
Normally, that is a response to what has happened. If somebody has cheated on you, there's going to be a kind of response or reaction. All right? And you're going to look at yourself, trying to understand what went wrong. And the first thing which you think you will fix is yourself. Going to find that there's nothing wrong with you.
The problem is
The
that
problem
side.
is that side.
Yeah.
So let me say to you, Osintabi, infidelity has a psychological impact because it may create depression and even post-traumatic stress disorder.
I want to come to that.
Yes.
Because it has a way of attacking the confidence of one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The self-esteem is gone. Because you look at yourself, you look at in types and say, oh, because they tend to check whom is he having a relationship with. And then you say, oh, she's chubby, so I must at least gain weight. Maybe he doesn't want a skinny woman.
Yeah.
Where is she going to her? Oh, she's like this. So you try, you move away from yourself.
Yeah, you lose yourself.
You lose yourself
Yeah.
because you want to look like, say, okay, then she's like this. That's why he's attracted to him. I mean, that's why he's attracted to her. So I need to look like her. Maybe he can come to me. You understand? So it's not like we are enabling the behavior. You as a victim, you're trying to check out what is it that I can do so that he can focus on me. You understand?
How
So
healthy is that?
It's unhealthy.
It's very
but
unhealthy.
Then it's remember, it's not like something they choose. It's because they want to make sense out of what is happening now. From looking at themselves, is then that they can start looking at what is happening in the house, and then going back to what are the discourses outside there of a good woman. Am I ticking all the boxes? Oh, they say you must not talk back to the husband, and I'm talking back. So it's me.
Yeah, it's me.
So one thing I need to emphasize is that immediately there is a challenge of that kind in your relationship. It's not about you.
It's not, yeah.
It's about him or it's about her who choose to go out. Challenges in the marriage will always be there. Challenges in any relationships will always be there. That is why we are also interested in your intellectual functioning. Because why do we need it? We want it so that should there be some challenges in the relationship, you'll be able to come with solutions, better solutions to address the issue at hand, but not to go out. So it means if he goes out, he's having poor problem solution, problem solving skills. You know? So it's him or it's her who got out. If you say, oh, okay, he's not home all the time, then I have to cheat. Or he's cheating, I have to cheat as well. Then it says something about your problem solving skills. You know, because if he's cheating and it's because his cheating is not always home. Why can't we sit and discuss about it?
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Is there anything we can work on? Rather than me getting out. If it means we say, okay, you know what, we have discussed this, it seems as if we are not going anywhere. So I'm going to make a decision. I think it's time for us to separate because this is not healthy. It's toxic for me, it's toxic for you as well.
Yes.
And it's toxic for our children. Let's have our way, let's part. That is the way. But if you say, okay, it's cheating and then I'm going to cheat, you can imagine that all these things happening. So, or you can say, let's go for therapy if you want to build this. But if you see that it's not intending to go for therapy, then it's something else.
You know, you look at many mental ills that are being reported. They have to do with relational issues. And sadly, even just from, a surface perspective, it seems to me that married women are more prone to mental health challenges than our single counterparts. Why is that?
I wouldn't say that. I think I'm not so sure about statistics, but what I've observed is that it's there. The very same things that married women are experiencing, even these ones are also experiencing.
Yes,
it's
yes.
just that these ones have their way of dealing with it. They say, but I can cope with it. I can go and move on. And,
I'm not attached.
I'm not attached.
Yes.
But here, you want to keep a marriage.
Yes.
You want to keep everything intact. But those ones have a better way. One thing I can say is that most have a better way of coping with relationship, because they feel that I'm not attached. I can move anytime. If his relationship is not working, I'm getting out.
Yes, yes.
But it's not easy for this one. That's why you'll find that there are many reported cases, but they are affecting infidelities, affecting them both. Yeah.
We cannot overemphasize the need to journey, within whatever institution, whether it's in the institution of a marriage, whether one is in a partnership or a fat and set, the importance of journeying through whatever phase of relationship that you are in with your mental health intact. Let's talk about that. In a way, I suppose what I'm asking is, making the choice for yourself to say, I choose me. Whether I'm married or I'm in a partnership or I'm working towards marriage, whatever phase I am at, I choose myself at the end of the day.
I get you, Osintavi. But remember, we are in Africa. We are in Africa, and there are some discourses out there for us saying, if you are a woman at this age, you should be married. And for you to respect, for me to respect you as a woman, and when you are married, you have to stay in a marriage.
Yeah. That's what we grew up listening, and to a certain extent, that's what we still teach.
Yeah. That
It's from return soldier. They call them.
So you find that because of such, most people will say, let me stay in this marriage than to go back home. This pain is like, it's not the first pain that a woman has felt. Even my grandmothers.
Have been through this.
Yeah, you will see even how we teach our young ones when they get married. When the elders will come and coach, I don't know that ceremony, where they will come and talk to you about what is marriage. The only thing that they mention is that it is tough and you have to bear with that pain. And when it comes, it's like, okay, is that pain? I have to bear with it.
I'm so sorry for laughing out, but it is true. You just have to, stick it out. Yeah.
So nothing about your mental health. It's about you keeping this marriage, you making sure that this man is okay.
Yeah, and you making sure that no one laughs at this family.
Yes, it's about the name of the family.
Yeah.
You came back for what? You should stay. There are instances where I've seen the in-laws, the woman go home and the mother will literally take the woman back. And say, husband, good with whatever you are doing. She will stay. I mean, I'm trying to explain this in our context as Africans, that we need to now move from that, because we have seen women coming back home in caskets. I don't know, the way we are doing things in Africa, it's like mental health comes last.
Yeah.
And what is mental health? For our mothers, for you to go home and say, Mama, this man is cheating on me, I can't take it anymore, I'm coming back home. Your mom will like, what?
But your dad also cheated on me.
And look at me.
And look at me, I'm here.
Didn't I raise you guys?
Yes.
And everything is fine.
Yeah.
Go back.
Mm.
So those are the things which we as young women, you know, of our age, we need to help others to reconstruct these narratives that are going there, that, you know what, if it is not working, it is okay to come back home.
In conclusion, let's talk about infidelity and depression. The link. Is there a link?
A link, yes.
Or is it something that we are running away from?
It is there, unfortunately. I've already touched on the post-traumatic stress disorder, where these individuals will be hypervigilant, will have flashbacks.
Yes.
You are sitting here drinking coffee, you see your husband, that imaginary picture of your husband with the
Another,
other woman,
yeah.
you know, and you look at most of the individuals whose husbands or whose partners, wife or husband, they do present with depressive symptoms. You see that this individual is irritable. Suddenly, you have been in this marriage, you have been fine, and now, remember, we don't see it because we are not in your bedroom, we are kids. But things are happening and you are harboring the pain inside. But it's going to manifest itself physically. So we start seeing you being irritable. To us as kids, at work, you are no longer performing. You are irritable. If you are at the management level,
you take it out on all the subordinates.
You see? Yeah. And then sleeping, you are no longer sleeping well. Some people sleep more. They do not want to get out of their beds, you know. And they're having this constant headache that doesn't stop. You find that every time this woman will say, hey, my kids, come and rub me, come and massage me, walk on me. You know, they will walk on their back just to... Those are the symptoms of depression. And you'll find that there, apart from this infidelity, there are other stressors that are just on top
weighing
of
down
this woman, and we work on them. And you find that it's drug therapy and psychotherapy together, and the pastor as well, because this
spiritual
woman
aspects
will
as
be
well.
going to church, or will be going to place of worship every time, listening to. That is why the church needs to teach individuals, you know, about the importance of how God views and how He loves them, and helping them with their coping strategies and problem-solving skills. But I know when I come to church, I need to be careful, because sometimes the church can exacerbate the symptoms, you know, can make it worse. But then, if really the woman or the man is grounded spiritually and mentally, you have emotionally, we have the psychologist there, and the psychiatrist is working with this individual, giving him or her medication, then eventually will be stabilized. But even if you are stabilized and things are not changing at home, there's going to be a challenge. So the therapist will ensure that in the process, I've started with you as an individual, but if it's a marriage, then in the long run, I have to have marital session. And let's see, and let's work out on this. And let's have a way forward. Eventually, the person will be fine.
Wherever you may be in terms of your relationship, be it marital or just a partnership, it's important that once trust is broken, you take the responsibility to rebuild it. Patience is a critical element in terms of assisting a partner who has suffered in such instances. Self-awareness as well is also a critical component on the part of the transgressors. You know, I always see that with us particularly in the Black communities, it's a challenge changing the narrative and communicating our expectations. Many of us get into marriages or relationships and we bring with us what we are being told or what we have been taught at home, to the neglect of what is our individual expectations. Whether a relationship can work for you beyond infidelity, that is something that only you can answer. Take care of your mental health. It's not worth you suffering for anything or any status. What is critical is for you to emerge through it sound and able to cope daily with life. This has been a wonderful and thought-provoking edition of Healing Conversations with me, Ntabi Sengwepe. Join us again next week as we continue to tap into your mental space.
Get yourself a copy of our latest books, The Mending of a Broken Vessel and Maintaining Your Joy, a journal for daily positive living. Visit a bookstore near you.